Hello, I hope you are well. I haven't picked up my camera all week until now, which usually, we're bopping around doing different things, but I was feeling a little moody at the beginning of the week, a little, kind of like in a little funk. I'm about to get TMI in the first like 10 seconds of this video, but my cycle hasn't returned since giving birth, and I felt definitely like a hormonal fluctuation. So we'll see, but yeah, I just took some time to rest and reflect and just sort of let myself kind of be in that funky little mood, but I'm feeling much better now, thank goodness. Just the ebbs and flows of life. But we had a nice start to the day, had a play date, worked on some garden things. I have so many garden updates to show you. Things are happening and it's just such a joy for different projects to come to life. Still working on filling our brick garden beds, but we're going to a garden festival tomorrow, and we need to like sit down and make a wish list of specific plants. I'm sure once we're at the festival, some different blooms will speak to us, but I want to make a wish list so that we actually have objectives that we're like on the hunt for. So that'll be great. And I still haven't fully decided what I want to plant in our brick garden beds, but we're getting closer. Thankfully, we have about 4 seasons of gardening data to look back on, but I want to kind of refine it and then, like I said, start filling up the beds. I need to get more drainage rocks and then some fresh soil and compost, and then we can get planting. So we're getting closer. And then our outdoor shower, I don't even know if I mentioned, I'm pretty sure I did. I've been talking about this for years. It's always been on my wish list for our backyard, but it is here. It is installed. It looks amazing. We haven't used it yet. Just so you know, it's hooked up to the hose, so it doesn't have like hot water. It's just cold water, but for Florida, like in the summertime, that's what we want to use it for. So we're really excited. And I plan to just put a kiddie pool under the like rainfall of the shower so that our son can play under it in the summertime, and also so we can just all cool off in the summertime. So really excited about that. And we have a lot of area near the shower where we also can plant. So I'm thinking really tropical, like maybe more hibiscus, maybe some vining plants to kind of create more of a moment around the shower head. We'll see. Again, still brainstorming. So today, for the rest of the day, first of all, I haven't had my iced coffee yet, and that's sounding really nice. So I want to make that. And then working on some recipes. I have some friends coming over later, and we're going to go to a little outdoor concert, but I want to have like a little app and drinks. So for food, I made fresh pita yesterday. I did take some videos of that, so I'll insert that. So you can kind of see the process, but it's really yummy. I've been intimidated to make pita, but it wasn't so bad. I definitely had some learnings. I rolled it out a little too much, so not all of them puffed up, but I would say it's comparable to making naan. So they're both so delicious. So I want to serve that with some hummus. And for the hummus, I want to roast some pine nuts and then put some flour fetty, some olive oil, make it look all pretty. And then cut up some fresh veggies, have some veggies, hummus, pita, and then a fun drink. So we'll work on making that, work on our little garden plant wish list, and go from there. April 2022, that's when we first started our garden, and here was my little sketch of the plan. I want to do another sketch of our updated garden beds as well. How fun is that one? Reminds me of the Teddy sunflowers. Ground covers of vines and wildflowers is what we're focused on. Wild coffee caught my eye. don't think it actually produces coffee that you would drink though. Passion flower is absolutely on my list. Passion fruit and passion flower. Passion flower is actually a host plant to the zebra long-winged butterflies, which is actually the Florida state butterfly, and then also Gulf fritillary butterflies, which are super cute. These are one of my favorite native flowers, the June sunflowers. This might work actually around our garden beds, the bricks. We have pine straw right now, but I want to create more of a green ground cover area, but the pine straw was a good affordable option just to have something there so it wasn't just complete dirt. But pine straw works great too because you can kind of nestle different seedlings or plants and then they'll just grow, and the pine straw eventually sort of fades away or fades down and disintegrates, so it's a good option. I'm gonna put this on my wish list as well. Look how insane the passion flower flowers are. There's a couple different varieties, but I really love this one. Lily grass, we have some of that. I absolutely love it. It turns all pink and fluffy and feathery in the winter time. Fall and winter time. Okay, I'm feeling more organized. I feel like that was just a good idea because tomorrow I'm just gonna be like, it's gonna be so much flower eye candy and I'm gonna be tempted to just like scoop everything up I can. But now we have a list and we'll be mindful and intentional. I love a more chaotic garden, and what I mean by that is just like things aren't meticulously super planned out and all perfectly aligned. I like things to look very whimsical and natural, so I like to feel with my heart of like what we want to plant, but there are some things that I've really had on my wish list, like the passion flower and the passion fruit. So I just want to keep that again top of mind, and I can ask around the vendors and see if they know of a good place to source it if they don't personally have any. So I feel good about that. And then I also, if they do have organic herbs already started, I would like to do that. We can do them from seed. We've done parsley from seed and that worked really well. I haven't done basil from seed because it's just so accessible at grocery stores to get some organic basil, like the actual plant. But I want to put that by our tomatoes again, our Everglades tomatoes. And then I could dabble in other tomatoes, but the Everglades tomatoes are so yummy to me and they just work so well in this environment. So we'll see, especially with summertime coming up, it's probably not the best time to dabble in other tomatoes. But we have that, and then the June sunflower is really nice, and I have some spots where I feel like that would work well. And then if they have organic peppers that are already started off, that'd be great. I know I have habanero seeds, so I would like to try to grow those again and make hot sauce. I've been talking about that for a while, but we haven't made it happen yet. And then native milkweed, I have it going from seed right now, but if we find some, maybe we'll pick some up. But I am trying to diversify the host plants for the butterflies in our garden this year. So that's the goal. But I keep looking out the window because I see a butterfly on one of our bushes and it's so cute. I think it's a Gulf fritillary. I always want to say Gulf fertility, but it's Gulf fritillary, Gulf fritillary. So anyways, enough gardening chatter. I'm gonna start cooking some things. I want to make lentils just to have for us for dinner and also just for like quick lunches, good to pair with a salad. And then I also want to make roasted pine nuts for on top of the hummus. And then we have lots of veggies to cut as well that I want to pair with our hummus and pita later. This was our latest handprint craft and I love it. Since we are working on our new garden beds as well, we have been collecting some coffee grounds and eggshells. Coffee grounds act as a natural fertilizer for your plants, which is just incredible. And since we just have so much coffee ground waste, might as well put it to use in the garden. And then the eggshells are great because they provide a natural source of calcium. So if you have different plants that need calcium, like the tomatoes or peppers, that's amazing. And I also heard that they are great for pest deterrent. So certain little critters don't love the eggshells, so it keeps them away from feeding on your garden. such an easy and delicious recipe. You could serve it with rice or add some more protein. I'll probably have it with some fresh pita and yogurt on top. He's chopping veggies. For our drink of the night, nothing too crazy. I'm just gonna do a refreshing mocktail, sort of like a tropical fizz. I'm gonna do orange juice, lemonade, ginger beer, and then I have this like pineapple seltzer, and then I'll probably put some fresh oranges in it as well.
Where did the time go? How do we move so far away? Holding on. How much?
My grandma gave me a dragon fruit last weekend, so I'm serving that as well. I ended up putting the orange slices in the freezer, so they're kind of serving as our ice cubes.
I wanna be a part of it. New York. This grass as well, that would be nice.
Good morning. It has been a glorious start to the day. Yesterday at the Spring Festival was so lovely. It just was a beautiful day and such a delightful setting, and I enjoyed spending time with friends, and Friday night was really nice. It's just been a quintessential spring weekend and I am so very thankful. I already put everything I bought from the festival in the ground. I just wanted to get the roots established as soon as possible but I made a note of everything, and I'll insert little videos and pictures of what we picked up. So to give you a little haul, we found our passion fruit, which was the #1 on my wish list. So I'm very thankful. And for the passion fruit, what's really neat about it is that it has the passion flower, which is so stunning and out of this world looking. And that's a host plant for the zebra longwing, and then, which is our Florida butterfly, and then the Gulf fritillary, and maybe some others. But I'm really excited to diversify the butterfly host plants within our garden, because we have the milkweed for the monarchs and then the parsley for the swallowtails. But I love the idea of hopefully getting some more host plants and just having more variety. So that was a fabulous find. That was my first purchase of the day yesterday. And I also picked up some corky stem passion flowers. So this one won't produce the fruit, but it'll still be a fabulous host plant, and they're really beautiful and funky looking. And what's neat is that they vine. So I planted the passion fruit near the fence because I'm going to use the fence as a trellis, but you do want to make sure that the passion flower as well has some support so that it can grow along either a fence or a trellis. So I actually haven't planted the passion flower yet because I'm in between a couple spots for it. And then we found straw flower. This is a different variety than the one I've planted from seed. So we have a Swiss tall or Swiss giant straw flower bud in our little bed, but I planted this variety, which is the Grenvilla. So it's really beautiful, and straw flower is really neat because it dries out so beautifully, and you can use them for a bunch of different crafts and whatnot. So I actually need to snip some of the flowers out there because they're ready to start drying out to preserve. And then we found this gorgeous mermaid-like hibiscus. We found prickly poppy, which wasn't even on my radar. I've never heard of it, but it was from a vendor that only has Florida native plants, which is amazing because I don't feel the need to do extensive research because I just know that they know what they're talking about. And for this prickly poppy, I think I'll do that in our raised bed once we have one designated for different varieties of flowers. And then another one of my favorite finds of the day is this herb of grace. It's so delicate and beautiful. You can use this one as a ground cover. I also love how like droopy it looks if you have it in a container. So I'm still debating where I want to put this one. Maybe I'll split it up and do some in our raised bed and then some as a ground cover, because like I've said over and over again, we're trying to incorporate more ground covers. But they were telling us there that the herb of grace is also, I forget which butterfly loves it, but it's a caterpillar magnet for these butterflies, so we'll see. And then we picked up some jalapeno and picnic peppers, and that's it. But that was a fabulous day, and I'm trying to finesse my way back to the festival today because it's a 2-day event, and I would love to go back. I loved it so much. And I would pick up some more herbs if they have them, which I know they do. I saw them yesterday, but I got distracted, so I didn't pick any up. So that'd be fun to go back, get some herbs and whatever else speaks to us. But things are happening. We have spent pretty much every minute that we're home, we're outside in the backyard. So just being able to invest in our space and create like a landscape for wildlife as well, it fills my heart so much. And I'm probably being mean about it. I love it so much. It's so fulfilling and just a beautiful way to spend time. So we've really enjoyed that. And my plan is I will keep establishing the garden and getting everything sorted, and then hopefully I'll do an in-depth garden tour in a month or so, once things are sort of established a bit and hopefully blooming and growing. We have our first zinnia about to open up and bloom, so that's really, really exciting. But yeah, things are moving and grooving. I have some other plans today with family and then church, so we have that on the agenda, but I'll report back later this evening of anything noteworthy that happened throughout the day. These are so, is that milkweed? Yeah, that butterfly plants. love these yellow flowers they have. But my thing is, I am happy. We are back from day 2 of the festival, and I ended up picking up 2 more of the Herb of Grace. So now we have 3 in total, and I'm so glad I did because I ended up speaking with the gardener who works at the nursery where they grow this, and he shared more about how it's a host plant for the white peacock butterfly. And I was inquiring, like, are the caterpillars just gonna gobble this up? Oh, something fell and I thought it was a caterpillar on my leg. I was asking if the caterpillars will just gobble it up, because when I grow the milkweed, it goes very quickly. Once we have quite a bit of caterpillars, they just devour it. And so I was kind of trying to see how much I would need to establish that butterfly population. And he said this plant is actually a lot more nutrient dense for the white peacock butterflies, because with the monarchs, what's really interesting is the milkweed actually isn't that nutrient dense for them. It's actually toxic, but they adapted to eating it because it actually protects them, because not as many predators want to eat them because they taste toxic because they consume so much of the milkweed. So it's so interesting how they adapted to be that way. And he was saying with the white peacock, you won't notice as much of it disappearing because they don't have to eat as much of it, whereas like a monarch caterpillar needs to eat like 30 leaves a day. So that was super, super interesting, and I definitely want to research that more because I'm intrigued about how that works. And like when I had the parsley growing out and the swallowtails, I feel like they consumed quite a bit of the parsley, but I never had that much. So very interesting, but thankful for a full weekend of just spring goodness and gardening. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you all are well, and I'm excited to see you next. Bye!